Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, heaven Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Нашите предавания предлагат много езици. Моля вижте suprememastertv.com/schedule.
There's a moment where when you're practicing, whether it's boxing or martial arts, that's when you really can feel spirituality. It's under the lights when there's thousands of people roaring, whether they want you to lose or they want you to win. And your family ringside. When those things you black out, you are there by yourself. And in these moments, very often you find yourself very spiritual moment.
Continue watching to find out more.
No to vegan, so you can continue to eat animal people who were raised in feces and in urine, filthy conditions.
Splendid viewers, como você está means how are you in Portuguese, the official language in Portugal. I'm Levi. The delightful people of Portugal are grateful to you for your compassionate hearts and actions that pave the way to a peaceful world. Welcome to the first episode of our show entitled Vegan Boxing Rabbi Yuri Foreman, Vegan, Part 1 of 2. From boyhood, Rabbi Yuri Foreman, Vegan, had his heart set on becoming a boxer. Yuri was born in Belarus, and overall, he had a positive childhood. When he was 10, he and his family emigrated to Israel. Growing up in different cultures certainly had its challenges for young Yuri, but he had an inner strength that allowed him to quietly adapt and accept whatever situation came his way.
I was also a shy kid, so in Israel, I was bullied a couple times, probably normal thing everywhere. Some kids don't speak language, they look different, they dress different, so I was definitely standing out from the class. But overall, seeing my parents, for example, they had 2 jobs, they worked a lot. After school, usually I was going to their job to help them. And slowly, time goes on, you learning the language, and you learn kind of new mannerisms as the natives of Israel, and you kind of become used to. Human being can get used to anything, pretty much.
While living in Israel, Yuri participated in swimming, but after experiencing some bullying, his mother signed him up for boxing classes.
When my parents immigrated to Israel from Soviet Union in search for a better life, more opportunities, I was 10 years old, and shortly after, kids who don't have nothing to do have a lot of energy, and I want to continue boxing. I was telling my parents that I want to continue boxing, but there was no boxing schools, boxing gyms in the city where I lived. And then that's when we found that in the outskirts of the city we lived, there's a boxing gym, Arab villages, and there was a bus going there, and I had no problem taking the bus and going there and training. And I think it was totally normal. I think people find it very odd, you're Jewish and you're going to Arab gym.
As a 10-year-old, Yuri was not intimidated by these obstacles. He was simply interested in pursuing boxing.
It's only when you get older, when you start seeing the differences and between the religions and differences, like barriers between the people, whether religion or skin color. For me as a kid, I didn't see, okay, they are darker, I'm whiter. Big deal. I want to do boxing, they want to do boxing. So that's how I started. I went to Arab gym and we started training together. I was not welcomed there, but in martial arts, that's how you do. You remember Bruce Lee movies. You training and then suddenly there's 20 people coming in and they want to challenge you. So that was just a part normal thing. They challenged me, I fought back, and that's how I earned my respect.
While living in Israel, Yuri became an amateur boxer and won 3 national boxing championships. In pursuit of his boxing career, Yuri moved to New York in 1999. In 2009, he became the World Boxing Association or WBA Super Welterweight Champion. This made him the first Israeli WBA champion and Israel's first World Boxing Champion. When asked when he realized he was good at boxing, his response was quite insightful.
The thing is, you never know. Nobody tells you will have good days in the gym. And sometimes you have good days in the gym where you have a sparring match. And sometimes you convince yourself, like, wow, I had such a great thing. Like, I was with a very good fighter and I did so good. I knew that I had potential and I knew that I'm a hardworking person in the gym. And that's something that could lead me for possibly becoming one of the best, or at least be world champion.
From Israel, Yuri
As fate would have it, Rabbi Yuri followed his heart and chose to pursue his dream of becoming a successful professional boxer. Rabbi Yuri Foreman, vegan, describes how his experience as a boxer was linked to his decision to study and become a rabbi. Becoming a rabbi took him 7 years because he did this while being a professional boxer. In his experience, boxing has a spiritual aspect to it.
There is a moment in life where you are finding a voice to connect with higher powers. Every religion would call it God, or higher knowledge, or whatever the name is. Somehow it's just happened. Boxing, it's a lonely sport. You could have a trainer, you can have a big team of support, but nevertheless, boxing is a very lonely sport. You are there by yourself. You are there by yourself against another guy, and you are also against yourself. You are not against yourself, but the biggest obstacle is going to be you. Besides another guy, it's you. There's a moment where when you're practicing, whether it's boxing or martial arts, that's when you really can feel spirituality. It's under the lights, when there's thousands of people roaring, whether they want you to lose or they want you to win. And your family ringside. When those things you black out, you are there by yourself. And in these moments, very often you find yourself very spiritual moment.
Rabbi Foreman goes on to mention that there are several stories involving spiritual figures who have also needed to overcome some sort of challenge or trial.
It's where you really can climb up to the next level of spirituality. Even if you read Torah, or Christians call it Old Testament, for example, all the episodes when person like Abraham, for example, or Isaac or Jacob, they came to the next level of spirituality. As you can see, it's either through the battle or personal battle, or something they had to sacrifice, something very dear, And those is very lonely moments. And every one of them, when they experienced those moments, they were also alone. There were no people there. They were either in the mountains or they were secluded from the world, so to speak. So there is that. So boxing pushed me to seek for spirituality.
Being both a boxer and a rabbi, Rabbi Yuri can share his unique story and life experiences about harmonizing one's life and inspire others who may also be going through challenging times.
Before, I thought that either you're a rabbi or a priest or whatever, but you cannot be this, you cannot do this or that. But the reality is, as long as you have a connection, you can do anything you want. You can be a rock musician, you can be an actor, you could be a very enlightened person and still do, let's say, boxing. And I think I can also reach to more younger people or young adults and inspire them perhaps to seek spirituality while not stopping the day-to-day life.
This is a keen observation and is an excellent reminder that we can harmoniously balance spirituality with other facets of our lives. Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, has had a similar experience inasmuch as she is a spiritual teacher while also being a poet, an artist, and a designer. Her spirituality has served as a powerful inspiration for her poetry and other artwork, which in turn inspires others. She shed light on what inspired her to write her poetry anthology, Silent Tears.
It's just the empathy to human struggle to achieve the impossible. We all go through this. Saints, sinners, mortals, all alike. If you want to seek your true self, this is a struggle like that. Even the non-practitioners, they also have moments of despair and moments of need to turn inward, to pray to some power that they don't even know what, to pray to the God that maybe they do not even believe. Always there's a struggle within the human's heart. So my poetry, The Silent Tears, is just the reflection of that.
There is still an essential element to uncover about Rabbi Yuri Foreman's journey to becoming a vegan rabbi boxer. In our next episode, we look forward to finding out more about how his veganism aligns with his faith. For more information on vegan boxing rabbi kosher or Rabbi Yuri Foreman, please visit tiktok.com/@VBRKosher.
Be vegan, repentant, do good deeds, hell no need.
Wonderful viewers, it has been a pleasure to have your presence for today's program. Please join us again next week on Tuesday, December 6th for the second episode of our show. Coming up next is Virtuous Vegan People Will Be Protected by God Power, Part 1 of 5 on Between Master and Disciples. May your heart radiate abundant love for all beings and our glorious Mother Earth. May we soon live peacefully together.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/VEG.